What's going on, y'all? Back here with another video. Actually working on my ProCharger here. I actually got it all apart, or got at least the housing off right now. What I have to do is the ProCharger mounts in three different settings. So there's like 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and 2 o'clock, I believe, depending on your application. So my particular vehicle, the 5.3 truck motor out of a Chevy, the setting is at 12 o'clock. So this ProCharger will actually work for mine. It's the correct rotation as far as where the pulley spins, and all the gears run. So that was good. I didn't have to resend it to ProCharger to get it done. However, you can also send it to ProCharger to get it reclocked. And I have been doing some research on this, and a lot of guys have been doing it themselves, but however, there's no videos or anything like that. There used to be something on the internet, a guide to do it, but it got deleted. I wanted to make it, and I couldn't find it. So luckily I found some pictures, and I took some snapshots of that. And now I'm able to open mine and go with it. So basically this housing here is flipped upside down, but it sits on top of the ProCharger. These holes here secure down the housing with these Allen bolts here. They just screw down and tighten down. You have an O-ring all the way around it that helps seal the oil from leaking out. As well. Excuse me. So you have to make sure those are pretty snug, tight, and even all the way around. This is your gear that spins the oil, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And if the ProCharger, so for example, this came out of a GTO, I think this is set at 10 o'clock. So 10 o'clock, this setting here, if I move the gear here, is 12 o'clock, and this setting is 2 o'clock. My particular application, this gear has to be here. So it's just the way I think the gear spins the oil to make it most efficient and run the best and keep everything lubricated the best. And there's probably some other reasons I really don't know. I'm not for sure. However, I know this position has to be in 2 o'clock, and when I mount my ProCharger on my bracket, it'll be mounted in a down, I believe a down position or up, whichever. It'll be mounted at a 12 o'clock position. So I have to move this gear over, make sure everything's secure. The teeth are secure in between these gears here, and I'll just remount it and be good to go. And there's oil in here. The oil had been emptied before I bought it, and there's your dipstick here. So I'll just put oil back in it when I get ready to install it and be good to go. So it's really low miles. The gears actually look really good. Nothing chipped, no wear. The guy I brought it from took really good care of it. So other than that, yeah, I mean, I just wanted to kind of just do a quick video on it and let you know what I'm doing, and this is what I'm doing. Saving about $400 here to have it sent in and get it. All right, so I got it all moved over. So again, I got to move from the 10 o'clock position over to here. So basically it just pulls straight out. However, when it sits in that hole, it's actually really snug, so it can't move. So when you move it over, you just have to make sure that there's no stuff stuck in this hole. There's no debris or anything like that. You know, this hole here, but I'm just using this one as a reference. And it sits in there pretty tight, so you gotta pretty much like put it in there. I just kind of just like, you know, wiggled it in there a little bit, and you gotta make sure it's flat in there, because when this gear spins, if it's like crooked in there and you leave it, then obviously the gear is going to spin kind of at an angle. Eventually you're probably going to get some slipping in there, mess up the gears and everything. So you want to make sure it's flush down in there. What I did actually is I took just a clean rag, I set it right here, then I took my rubber mallet and I just lightly tapped on it. You know, just tapped it on it, just to make sure it was set in there really nice. So it'll turn freely. So as you see, I'm just wiggling it back and forth, and it's turning the gears with no play at all. I'm just, because of this, I'm wiggling it back and forth side to side, but that's okay. because it has a little bit of play there, so it's able to spin. But other than that, I mean, it looks pretty good. So, but yeah, as you see, I'm barely notching it. It's very responsive when it turns. So, yeah, I just wanted to show you that as well. And now I'm about to put this piece back together, and we good. All right, y'all. I got everything reassembled now. I got a smaller pulley on there as well. This one's the right rib for a stock 5.3. The other one was for a GTO, and it had 8 ribs on there versus 6, and that's what I need because that's what my stock configuration belt is on my car. But it's a smaller pulley. It'll probably put about maybe 5 more pounds of boost on. This is probably the max I want to go. It'll probably put about 15-16 pounds, I'm thinking. But it's all sealed back together. I put Loctite in there. I cleaned out all the threads and everything, so it's good to go. Hopefully no leaks. O-ring or the gasket ring still look pretty good. Sealed tight like it was before. I thought I was stumbled for a second because this is actually the right clocking for it. So I can pick this up with one hand. Alright, so it'll sit in the car like this. That's the correct clocking for it, about right here. But then that inlet there was like way over here. And I was like, oh crap, man, what am I gonna do? Being this is my first ProCharger, I didn't know how to, like, if this thing could turn or if I could move that down further, because that's where it's going to be connected from the intercooler down from below the car. So I needed it down here versus up here. But let me show you something real quick. So these little Allen bolts here, that's holding these little like bracket things down. These things that look like you know, those little not shims, but basically hold downs that hold down valve covers. They're basically the same thing, same concept. So I figured, I was like, oh, I wonder if I could loosen those, and this thing, the housing, will spin, and it'll spin this spout around or mouth around here to where I needed to go. And sure enough, I loosened them all. I almost dang near stripped that one, but luckily I caught myself. They were on there pretty snug, so I took them all off, and then I started to rotate it, and it spun, and I was able to bring it down to about where I wanted it, and I tightened it back up. So I think this is a good location for it. It's at a good angle. It's not so far to the side where it'll run into the inner fender well, and it's far enough away from the motor at an angle. It'll miss, you know, kind of everything else, like this power steering, because it's below and all that. So worst case, if I mount it in there and it's not where I want it to be, I can loosen these and spin it again. So but yeah, I just wanted to show that here as well. And it's coming along, man. I got it all together, and just need to order some more parts and get this thing rolling. So yep, ProCharger coming soon. But hopefully this video has been helpful to show you guys kind of what's going on, and hopefully I have no problems with it, being that I take it apart, and hopefully there's no leaks or anything like that, and I'll be good to go. So I just need to order some oil for it, fill the oil back up, and that's great. I'll be good. All right, now I'm officially out, and we'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.